Hi, my name is Donnie Edwards, founder and president of the Best Defense Foundation. On this Memorial Day, I recognize United States Marine First Lieutenant Howard Smiley Johnson. Smiley was a true American hero who played in the NFL for the Green Bay Packers and gave up his NFL career to join the Marine Corps. Smiley Johnson was killed in action on February 19, 1945 in the invasion of Iwo Jima. Smiley Johnson, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Doug Harper. I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. I live in Medford, Oregon. This Memorial Day, I'm honoring PFC Ronnie Ward. Ronnie gave his life May 23, 1969 during his service in Vietnam. Ronnie was a childhood friend of my brother who also served in Vietnam. Thank you, Ronnie, for your sacrifice.
I'm Mark with Best Defense Foundation. This year for Memorial Day, I would like to recognize the 8th Air Force pilot Norman Gross and his crew. He was killed on June 6, 1944 on a bombing raid in France. They had to ditch their aircraft into the English Channel and were never recovered. Norman and his crew, thank you for your sacrifice.
Hello, I'm Hoba and I'm a volunteer for the Best Defense Foundation. This year's Memorial Day, I want to remember James Anderson. James Anderson gave his life for our freedom on October 9, 1943, while returning from a bombing mission over Germany. The plane James was on was hit and they crashed into the North Sea. James's remains and the remains of the rest of the plane and crew were never found, so James is still missing in action to this day. Thank you, James, for your sacrifice.
My name is Danita Zelk, and this Memorial Day, I would like to honor Cryptological Technician Senior Chief Shannon Kent. She gave her life on January 16, 2019, in Operation Inherent Resolve in Syria. Shannon, thank you for your sacrifice.
I'm Adrien, volunteer for the Best Defense Foundation. This year, for Memorial Day, I'd like to recognize Major Thomas Howie. Major Howie gave his life for the liberation of my hometown, Saint-Lô, on July 17, 1944. Major Howie, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Justin, and I'd like to recognize the Sullivan brothers this Memorial Day. All 5 Sullivans were assigned to the same ship, the USS Juno, a cruiser, and all perished during the naval battle of Guadalcanal. Thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Alice Basil, and this year, for the Memorial Day, I'm honoring Julius Paper and Ludwig Hüstpröser, who gave their life on the landing in Normandy during World War II. They died after the explosion of their boats. Thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Jerry Yoakum, and this Memorial Day, I would like to honor my great-uncle, James Yoakum, an original Devil Dog Marine who was killed in action at the Battle of Belleau Wood in France in 1918. Thank you for your service, Uncle James.
My name is Ralph Peters. I'm from the Netherlands, and for this Memorial Day, I would like to recognize Euglin L. Moore, who was a private first class in the 2nd Armor Division. He got killed November 18, 1944. The 2nd Armor Division was the division that liberated my hometown of Brunson, and for that, I'm ever grateful.
My name is Andrew. I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. This year for Memorial Day, I want to recognize Construction Mechanic 3rd Class Marvin G. Shields. Marvin was the first and only U.S. Navy Seabee to be awarded the Medal of Honor. Unfortunately, he was mortally wounded while defending a Special Forces camp in Vietnam. Marvin, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is James Kruger with Best Defense Foundation here in Atlanta. On this Memorial Day, it is my honor to honor the memory of Martin Treptow, who gave his life on July 28, 1918. He died delivering a message across enemy lines under heavy artillery and machine gun fire. On his body was found a pledge that inspired Americans for many generations. The pledge goes like this: America must win this war. Therefore, I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure, I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost, as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. Martin Treptow, thank you for your sacrifice.
I'm Corey from Manassas, Virginia, and I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. This year for Memorial Day, I want to recognize my friend and battle buddy, Cody Taus, specialist in the U.S. Army. Cody was a combat medic who was killed on May 14th in 2013 in Afghanistan. Your sacrifice is not forgotten.
I'm Paul, project coordinator at the Best Defense Foundation. For this Memorial Day, I'd like to recognize Charlie Keating. Charlie was killed in a gunfight on May 3rd, 2016, while part of a quick reaction force that had moved in to assist U.S. military advisors who were under attack near Mosul, Iraq. Charlie, thank you for your sacrifice.
Hi, I'm Pierre Frechette from the French Consulate in Atlanta. This year for Memorial Day, I want to recognize Private Harvey Crump. He entered the U.S. Army Infantry in November 1942, but was killed in action in Italy on September 20th, 1944. Thank you for your service, sir.
My name is Joshua Talley. I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation, and I'm from Madisonville, Louisiana. This Memorial Day, I'm honoring Lance Corporal Victor R. Lute, who gave his life on November 13, 2004, during the Second Battle of Fallujah in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Big Lou, I'll never forget your brother. Thank you for your sacrifice.
This Memorial Day, we are honoring Billy Huffman. Billy married my mother, Betty Gano, in 1943. First Lieutenant Billy Huffman served in the U.S. Army Air Corps piloting a B-17 bomber. February 20th, 1944, Billy was on a bomb run over Poland when his plane was shot down by Nazi flying ace Edward Trapp. 2 days after the attack on Billy's B-17, Hauptmann Edward Trapp was gunned down by Captain Jack T. Bradley and his wingman, Lieutenant Wal Kalkong. 60 years later, Betty found out what happened to her beloved husband. His body was originally interred in Denmark and was moved to Belgium before returning to the States in 1948. He's buried in Salem, Oregon. Betty and her family will never forget her handsome young pilot. We remember and honor his sacrifice in the name of freedom.
My name is Eric Fleming. I'm an account executive with Michelin and a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. This year for Memorial Day, as I do every year, I'm honoring my friend, Marine Corps Major Kevin Nave, who was killed March 26, 2003 while we served together in Iraq. I will never forget you or your family, Kevin. Thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Will, and I am a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation from Bertie, Texas. For this Memorial Day, I would like to recognize paratrooper medic Frank Mackey. On June 7, 1944, he gave his life protecting the wounded that were under his care. Frank, thank you for your ultimate sacrifice.
My name is Katie Pavlich, and this Memorial Day, I'm honoring Aaron Carson Vaughn and all the other men killed in Extortion 17 on August 6, 2011 in Afghanistan. Thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Brianna Streeter. On this Memorial Day, I would like to honor Joseph Lem and Louis Bonacasa, who were both killed in action on December 21st, 2015 in Bagram, Afghanistan. They're from Stewart Air Force Base in Newark, New York. Thank you for your ultimate sacrifice. We'll never be able to repay you for that.
I'm Manon, Normandy coordinator for the Best Defense Foundation. This year, for the Memorial Day, I want to recognize Georges Giquet. Georges was a Kiefer Commandos member and landed in Normandy on June 6, 1944. He was captured, tortured, and hanged by the Germans. He died on July 24, 1944. Georges, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Amanda Thompson, and I am the Executive Director for the Best Defense Foundation. This Memorial Day, I am honoring Machinist Mate First Class Thomas Free and his son, Seaman Second Class William Free, a father and son pair who gave their lives aboard the USS Arizona on December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor Day. Thomas and William, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Nicola, and I am a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation from Redondo Beach, California. And for this Memorial Day, I want to honor a true hometown hero, Private First Class Joseph Anzac Jr., who tragically lost his life in May of 2007 at the age of 20, when he and his unit were captured and killed in action by enemy forces in Iraq. Joseph, thank you for your sacrifice.
Hi, I'm Carson. I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation from Oakdale, California. On this Memorial Day, I'd like to recognize Marine Corps Captain Herman Spode. On July 3, 1943, Captain Spode went missing in action following a combat air patrol over the Solomon Islands. He's still MIA to this day. Thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Zach from Colorado, and I volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. This Memorial Day, I'd like to honor 2nd Lieutenant Joseph Andrews of the 8th Squadron 62nd Troop Carrier Group, who was killed in action as a glider pilot 15 August 1944 during Operation Dragoon. 2nd Lieutenant Andrews, thank you for your service.
My name is Gabby Friedson, and I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation, coming to you from Washington, D.C. And for this Memorial Day, I'm going to honor Lance Corporal Riley McCollum from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, who was killed on August 26, 2021, with 13 men and women who died that day in Kabul, Afghanistan. We thank you for your service and for paying the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
This Memorial Day, I would like to honor Major General Maurice Rose for his bravery and sacrifice. Major General Maurice Rose led a floundering tank division deep into occupied Western Europe during World War II. His division came across a bridge that wasn't destroyed by the Germans, yet they feared crossing the bridge, not knowing if the Germans planted explosives or mines. 44-year-old Major General Maurice Rose approached the bridge and asked if anyone checked for signs of sabotage. When his men said no, he crossed it in the face of enemy fire. His men followed and the pursuit continued. Rose was a Jewish-American military commander who won unprecedented victories over an enemy that committed atrocities against Jews in Europe. Tragically, Major General Maurice Rose would not live to see the end of the war, as he was killed in action outside of Paderborn, Germany on March 30th, 1945. He was the highest-ranking Jewish-American service member killed in Europe during World War II. It has been my honor in honoring Major General Maurice Rose.
My name is Saudi Trinidad Dern, and this Memorial Day I'm honoring Captain Lawrence Dixon. Captain Lawrence Dixon was a Tuskegee Airman with the 100 Fighter Squadron. In December 1944, he departed Ramitelli Air Base on a mission over Praha, Czechoslovakia. His P-51 suffered an engine failure that caused him to crash along the Italian-Austrian border. His remains were not recovered until 2016. Currently, his remains have been interred at the Arlington National Cemetery, and this occurred in 2019. Captain Dixon, for your sacrifice, thank you.
My name is Karen Webb, a volunteer for the Best Defense Foundation. I'm from Alpharetta, Georgia. And this year for Memorial Day, I'm honoring my husband's uncle, Captain Guy R. Webb, Jr. He's from the United States Army, and he gave his life in May 5th of 1945 during World War II. He was killed in action in Okinawa when the enemy artillery struck his foxhole. Captain Webb, we thank you for your sacrifice so that we can enjoy our freedoms.
My name is Owen Reber, and this Memorial Day, I'm honoring Chief Special Warfare Operator Charles Keating. Charles Keating gave his life on May 3rd, 2016 during Operation Inherent Resolve. Charles Keating, thank you for your sacrifice. You will never be forgotten.
My name is Alicia Callahan, and this Memorial Day, I want to honor Sergeant John Rutter of the 6th Armored Division, who was killed April 14th, 1945, 3 days after liberating Buchenwald concentration camp. John Rutter, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Ben Harper. I'm the Director of Operations with the Best Defense Foundation. For this Memorial Day, I'd like to honor Lieutenant Commander Frank Whitwer. Lieutenant Commander Frank Whitwer was killed in 2006 when his F-18 crashed, preparing for his second combat deployment in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Frank, thank you for your sacrifice.
I'm Jeff Reeves from Birmingham, Alabama. On this Memorial Day, I'd like to recognize my uncle, Huey Bracknell. Huey was killed in action on March 9th, 1944, in the North Atlantic, along with 170 others of his crew aboard the USS Leopold. Uncle Huey, thank you so much for your sacrifice.
My name is Rich Riley, and I'm a proud volunteer for the Best Defense Foundation, and I live in Strongsville, Ohio. This Memorial Day, I'm recognizing Yeoman First Class Richard W. Riley, who gave his life in Vietnam on August 27th, 1969. Thank you so much, Dad, for your sacrifice. I miss you, and I love you.
My name is Brandon Williams. And this Memorial Day, I'm honoring Petty Officer Second Class Mark Lee of the United States Navy, who on August 2nd, 2006, gave his life in the service of his country in Ramadi, Iraq, during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Mark, thank you for your service and your sacrifice.
Hi, my name is Mayo Strauss, and I'm a volunteer for Best Defense Foundation. I live in San Diego, California. This Memorial Day, I'm honoring the memory of 3 young women from the 6888th Central Postal Battalion, also known as the 6888, who were killed while on duty in Rouen, France during World War II. Their names are Dolores Brown, Mary Bankston, and Mary Barlow. These incredible ladies were part of an all-black female Women's Army Corps battalion that had been assigned the daunting task of sorting through the Army's 2.5-year backlog of mail. They accomplished it in 3 months' time. Tragically, while stationed in France and serving as part of the 688's entertainment troupe, these 3 ladies were killed in a terrible Jeep accident. All 3 were laid to rest with honors at Normandy American Cemetery at Colville-sur-Mer. This day, I honor them and thank them for their sacrifice.
My name is Dr. Misty Zilk from Sebastopol, California, and I'm the medical director for the Best Defense Foundation. This Memorial Day, I'm honoring Army Sergeant Michael A. Smith from my unit, the 1st Battalion, 153rd Infantry Regiment. He gave his life on November 26, 2004, when he was killed by a sniper while on patrol in Baghdad, Iraq. Michael A. Smith, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Paulo, and on this Memorial Day, I'm honoring Private Robert Henderson, who gave his life on November 22, 1944, while fighting in Germany in World War II. Robert, thank you for your sacrifices for a free world.
My name is Talib Sample, and I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. This year for Memorial Day, I would like to honor Corporal Jason Dunham. In 2004, Corporal Dunham hurled himself onto a live grenade dropped by an insurgent, shielding his fellow Marines from certain death. Unfortunately, 8 days later, Corporal Dunham would succumb to his injuries, becoming the first Marine awarded the Medal of Honor during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you for your sacrifice, Corporal Dunham. Semper Fi.
I am Catherine Edwards of the Best Defense Foundation. This Memorial Day, I would like to recognize and remember U.S. Marine Sergeant Nicole Gee. On August 26, 2021, Sergeant Gee was killed by a suicide bomber at Karachi Airport in Kabul, Afghanistan. Sergeant Gee, thank you for your service and your sacrifice to our country. We won't forget.
I'm Michael Malone from Wall Township, New Jersey, volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. This Memorial Day, I remember Lieutenant Colonel Alfred Maybach of the 4th Armored Division, who was killed in action in November of 1944. Lieutenant Colonel Maybach, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Adam Macmillan from Princeton, New Jersey. I'm a volunteer with the Best Defense Foundation. This Memorial Day, I'm honoring Harlan B. Keating, who was killed in action December 30th of 1943 during the Second World War. Harlan Keating, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Sarah, and this Memorial Day, I am honoring Ensign John C. England, who gave his life returning to save a 4th person after the USS Oklahoma was torpedoed during the attack on Pearl Harbor. John England, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Gabin, and today, for this Memorial Day, I'm honoring Jimmy W. Monteith Jr., who was killed during World War II in Europe. The 6th of June 1944, Jimmy gave his life during the D-Day invasion for the freedom of the French people. Jimmy, thank you for your sacrifice.
My name is Leo and I'm student of the Best Defense Foundation program named Next Gen Student. On this Memorial Day, I am honoring 2nd Lieutenant William Edward Bill Pulverman, who gave his life on September 21, 1944 during Operation Market Garden. 2nd Lieutenant Pulverman was a paratrooper of Headquarters Company 3rd Battalion's 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 8th 2nd Urban Division. William, thank you for your sacrifice.
Hi, I'm Austin, the Media Director for the Best Defense Foundation. This year for Memorial Day, I want to recognize Charlie Havlet. Charlie was the last U.S. service member to be killed in World War II in Europe, just 6 hours before Germany surrendered. Charlie, thank you for your sacrifice.
On this Memorial Day, I want to remember and honor my hometown hero from Mount Savage, Maryland, William Joseph Brailer, who was killed in action in 1944 and buried in Normandy. Thank you for your sacrifice and thank you for our freedom.
You continue to inspire others, and your ultimate sacrifice will never be forgotten. On this Memorial Day, we remember you.